All right, it's time for Paul Harding from Martin Harding and Mazzotti, our legal minute, 1-800-LAW-1010. Good morning, Paul.
Hey, good morning, Mike. Good
Hey.
morning, Mary.
Yes, good morning.
Looks like you got a new haircut on the commercial.
Kind of going a little tighter. I'm kind of a little thin here, so I figured the shorter it is, maybe the thicker it looks.
There you go.
It looks fabulous.
As the bald guy is laughing on this end. Hey, so good morning. We want to ask you about this thing. New York launches an investigation into major internet providers over connection speeds. What's going on?
Yeah, Verizon, Time Warner, and Cablevision is where it's starting. But what happens is this. They advertise you're going to have this amount of broadband, this amount of power coming right into your house. And so what they're finding is that when it leaves the train or when it on the train station or when it leaves the provider, it does have this strength. But by the time it gets to the end user, it is significantly less. And so they're looking at deceptive trade practices.
And what happens then?
Well, if they do find that what they're saying they're delivering, they're not delivering, number one, they've got to give some money back, right? This is always usually about money, not always, but usually about money. So they could say, hey, okay, you paid for this, you weren't getting this, there's going to be some reduction. It would be a minor amount, but for the company it would be a lot, times the hundreds of thousands or even millions of users. And then they would then properly, or at least attempt to properly sell what they're delivering.
Strange question. Are they being deceptive on purpose, or when they say this is how much speed you're going to get, and that's how much it is when they leave their business, but they didn't realize when it gets to the provider that that's happening, that's slowing down?
Yeah, it's a great question. It appears they have a very legitimate answer. But unfortunately, they don't say that in the materials that they're providing. Sure, they have other providers along the way. They're kind of causing this to happen. And I think probably they're saying, hey, when we deliver it, it's this. When you get it, it might be less, but it's not our fault. It might be Netflix's fault. It might be, and legitimately so. But then they just got to be able to say that when they advertise the broadband speed.
Could there be class action lawsuits over that? What happens beyond that?
Sure, it certainly could be, and it's one of these things where a lot of these things, start in New York and then they kind of spread around, and the other states sort of get a feel for it and go for it. If the attorney generals in the state bring it, it tends to not be private lawsuits that are brought. Private lawsuits tend to be brought when the governmental agencies pass on it.
Okay.
Well, if this thing takes off, then it'll be like tobacco or those big legislative. Those were done statewide.
Government takes care of it for us.
They seem to want to, yes.
All right. And when the government can't do it, you call Martin Harding and Mazzotti at 1-800-LAW-1010.
If we could use that, use that slogan. I don't know if you've trademarked that, but I like that.
There you go. You can have it for $10,000.
Sweet.
All right. Hey, Paul, we'll talk to you next week. Thanks for all that, man.
Thank you.
Sure, guys.